Every business today needs software. You use one for HR, one for invoicing, one for CRM, and maybe one for project management. Initially, all these tools work perfectly fine because your business is still simple. But as your business grows, so do your processes. You start juggling between multiple applications, manually transferring data, or creating workarounds just to get things done. Instead of supporting your business, the software starts slowing it down. So, when do you know it is a time to stop relying on off the shelf software and to start invest in a custom software? In this video today, I will share 5 clear signs that will help you to understand when your generic software has outgrown, and next logical step for you is to invest in a custom software. Hi, I'm Jatin Shah, founder of Crescibit Technology, and I use this channel to help business owners make simplified decision making for their software. So let's go on to the first sign. The existing software has a lot of features and it lacks some critical functionality. Let me give you an example. The first thing most business owners do is look for existing software, which makes complete sense because it is faster to buy than to build. But after using it for some time, you start noticing problems. Either that software has like 100 of features which you don't require, or some features which are critical for your business are completely missing. Sometimes it could be that the interface is outdated, or your employees avoid using it because it frustrates them. So you're paying for everything, but you're just working around its limitation. For example, think of it like you go to buy a toolbox when all you needed was a screwdriver. Again, you're paying for everything, but you're using only a small part of it. So if you find your team is constantly changing the way they work just to fit the software, that's a sign that the software isn't a right fit anymore for you. So your software should be assisting your business and not dictate how your business operates. Second sign, your business has unique processes that your existing software doesn't support. As your business grows, you develop different ways of working. For example, you could have unique approval systems, your sales team might have a different customer journey, or your operation teams may have some specific workflows to make your business more efficient. The off-the-shelf software that's available in the market is designed for like thousands of businesses. It isn't designed specifically for your business. So, like to get the things done, people start finding alternatives. For example, they could use Excel sheets, they could go for WhatsApp approvals, sticky notes, emails to just get the work done. So, like you buy software to reduce the manual work, but your team is doing manual work just to keep the software usable. So, if you constantly find that your team is creating workarounds outside the software, then the problem isn't with your team. It's just that the software no longer supports your business. The third sign, you are still running legacy software. Most businesses built software years ago. At the time, it solved their problem. But today, even adding a new feature like takes couple of months, or that interface has become outdated. The original developers may no longer be available, or like the bugs never seem to disappear. And quite possible that the team is also scared to add new code because it might break something somewhere else. So you don't want to be in a position where you're spending more time maintaining the software rather than improving it. Like think of it like having an old car which kind of requires fixes after every few months. A time will come when like it'll be more economical to replace the car rather than fixing it again and again. So if the maintaining your software is becoming more expensive than improving it, maybe it's time to evaluate whether rebuilding it would be a good long-term investment. Fourth sign, the software you need does not exist. Sometimes the problem isn't that the software is bad. The problem is software does not exist. It could happen because you're trying to address a problem which is unique to your domain, or the business model is different, or an opportunity that has never been addressed before. So, in such a case, waiting for somebody else to build the software will never happen. Take the examples of SaaS companies. First, they kind of build the software for themselves. Then they realized, like other companies also have same problem. That's where a business tool became a software product. If the software does not exist for your idea, then building it does not just solve your problem, but it may also create a new business opportunity for you as well. The fifth sign, your software cannot scale with your business needs. Growth is a great problem to have, but it's also a point where software, like slow software, starts showing its limitation. Let's say you initially designed the software for a few thousand users. Everything worked smoothly. The pages loaded quickly, reports were generated instantly, customers had a great experience. But as the number of users increase, the load on your software will increase and it will start slowing down. And today, if you have like tens of thousands of users, the application is going to slow down because the software hasn't changed. Your business has grown, and the software wasn't meant to handle that level of user load. It wasn't meant for that level of scale. Actually, if you were to think of an example, let's say we have a cafe with a seating capacity of 20 people. Initially, everything runs smoothly, but then on one day, suddenly, if 200 people walk in, the kitchen, the staff, and the seating, everything becomes a bottleneck. And it's because that cafe wasn't designed for that level of scale. Software works in a similar fashion. So if your business is growing faster than your software can handle, maybe it's time to rethink the architecture and not just add more servers. So let's quickly recap the 5 signs. The first one is existing software has more features than required but lacks essential functionality. The second one is your business has unique workflows that your existing software cannot support. The third sign is you're still using legacy software. The fourth one is your software you need does not exist. And the fifth one is your software cannot scale with the growth of your business. So if any of these sound familiar to you, then custom software is the way to go. Custom software isn't about adding a new feature. It's about creating a technology that works the way your business works. If you are wondering whether custom software is the right choice for your business, we'd be happy to help you evaluate your current system and identify that where technology can create the most value for you. And if you find this video useful, please remember to like, subscribe, and share it with someone who's growing a business. Thank you. I'll see you in the next video.